Hello Sangha, welcome to day 22. Yesterday we did an eating meditation, and maybe you get the chance to do that or maybe you didn't. My teachers are really strict about diet, not in terms of like their weight, though they are very slight. You know, Mohanji and Indraji are both very slight framed, but just in terms of like how it affects their mood. You know, like yesterday we did that practice, and then I was in a rush and I had some toast and beans with white bread, and I was totally zonked after it. You know, I was totally like, I had to go for a sleep. My body was digesting all this like heavy food. So yeah, I think as you get older, you have to pay attention to how food impacts you mentally and emotionally as well. Okay, it's not just about whether it puts on a little bit of weight or lose a little bit of weight. It's about how you respond, you physiologically respond and mentally respond. So yeah, so I guess that's just trial and error for some people, and that might be something that you have to consider and work with for your own body. Okay, we're going to do a wake up, kind of morning wake up or practice at the moment. So allow yourself to stay in a seated position, and then let your fingers come forward. Okay, and just shuffle your hips back. If you can, let your hands a little bit further forward. Maybe your elbows come down. If you can soften and soften and soften, maybe your head on the exhale comes towards the floor, and then slowly come up. Okay. Take your hands behind you, squeeze your shoulder blades together, take your shoulders from side to side. Okay. And then inhale up with your left hand, go as high as you can. Bring that hand towards your opposite knee and allow your whole body to turn. Inhale up with both arms and exhale to the other side. Inhale up with both arms and exhale, turn. Inhale up with both arms and exhale, turn. Inhale, reaching up again. Shake off on the way down, get nice and loose through your shoulders and your wrists and your forearms, your elbows. Okay. Bring your left hand down, bring your right hand up. Inhale, reach a little bit higher, and exhale, come all the way over. Soft elbow underneath. Trying that on the other side. Inhale high, exhale over. Come back to the center, inhale high, reaching up, exhale over. Inhale high, reaching up, and exhale over. Come back to the center, see if you can drift forward again, taking your fingers, your elbows, and this may never happen, but sometimes you can relax into it and your head can come closer to the floor. And then come back, okay? Good. From there, switch to all fours. And start by just shifting your weight a bit forwards, a bit backwards. Okay, seeing how that feels for you today. Come a little further back if it feels okay, a little further forward if it feels okay. Just watch for your wrists as you take your shoulders beyond them, if you are taking them beyond them, and come back again, okay? Bring your weight forward. This time walk both hands off to the left hand side and shift your hips back towards your heels from here. And see if you open up down the right hand side of your body. Coming forward, walking your hands off to the other side. And shift your weight back towards your heels. Coming forward. One more time either side. So walking your hands over. Shifting your weight back. Coming forward, hands to the opposite side. And shift your weight back. Coming forward. Bring your hands back towards the center. Keep your hips above your knees, but reach your arms all the way forward. And just a big stretch out from here into, sometimes it's called Anahata Asana, where we bring our chest and our heart closer to the mat. Maybe our forehead comes down. And maybe lift your head and let your chin come down if that feels okay for your neck and shoulders. And then slowly come back up. Walk your hands back underneath your shoulders and start to move into some cat and cow here. So letting your belly come down towards the floor. Lifting your back up towards the sky. Just reaching through these two movements. Okay, so just getting your body ready for the day ahead, or even ready for going to bed if you're doing this at night. And then from there, walk your hands back towards your knees and see if you can get to a kneeling position and maybe take your hips from side to side. If kneeling is a struggle, take your cushion underneath, okay, and see if you can sit into that. See if that makes a difference in terms of making it a bit more comfortable. Good. Bring your hands forward again. This time reach out with your left leg and forward with your right hand. Try and take your fingers a bit further forward, your toes a bit further back. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, connect underneath. Inhale, go long. Exhale, connect underneath. Inhale, go long. This time looking forward. Exhale, drawing it underneath. Last one. Inhale, reaching out. Exhale, hand down, knee down. Give your hips a little movement from side to side, a bit like Thompson wagging his tail, okay? And then reach out with your right foot. Reach forward with your left hand. Take an inhale. Exhale, touch underneath with your knee and your elbow. Inhale long. Exhale underneath. Inhale, reaching long, looking forward. Exhale underneath. Last one. Inhale long. Let your hand come down, let your knee come down, okay? And again, take your hips from side to side. A little wag of your tail. Tuck underneath your toes. Let your hips come back towards your heels. Push gently into your hands. And let your heels go back and down into downward facing dog. And pedal out your downward facing dog. Moving your chest back to your legs. A bit like when our knees were down and our hips were above them with our arms forward. Try and make that same thing happen in your body. So you're opening your armpits really comfortably. Come up on your toes. Inhale, lift your left leg. Bring your left foot forward outside your left hand. Sinking your hips down. Turn toward your left foot and inhale up with your left hand. Exhale, let it come down. Okay, let your back knee come down and start to shift things around. Forwards, backwards, circles, okay. Turn to your front leg again and inhale up with your left hand. And exhale down. If you're somebody who's super comfortable taking your right elbow down, you can take your right elbow down and again inhale up with your left hand. And if your left elbow can come down into lizard, you can drop it down. Inhale up and exhale down. Pushing in to the floor with your left hand, stepping your left foot back. Take both knees wide, touch your big toes, hips back in your heels, elbows and forehead towards the floor. Taking slow breaths in and out here. Lift your head, lift your elbows, slide your hands back towards your knees, bring your knees in towards each other and sink down into again a kneeling position. Maybe as the morning goes on, your body starts to become a bit more free, okay? Bring your hands forward again, tuck underneath your toes, hips back towards your heels, into downward facing dog. Again, pedaling out one side and then the other side. Come up on your toes, inhale, lift your right leg. Exhale, float your right foot forward outside your right hand. Okay, when you get here, any small adjustments you need to make. Turn to your right leg, inhale up with your right hand. Exhale, let it come down. Let your left knee come down. And again, just shift things around. You're going forwards, backwards, side to side. Keeping the breath under control. Good. Any movements that you just go, this would feel good, you know, like just that's the kind of thing we're going for here. Turn to your right leg, inhale up with your right hand. And exhale, let it come down. Okay. Again, if you're comfortable, maybe dropping this elbow down, you can inhale up from here. Do it with your elbow up if it's too uncomfortable. Okay. And you can do that a couple of times if you want to. And if you can get both elbows down into lizard posture, you can get both elbows down. And then bring your hands underneath. Okay, and then be final movements here. Slide your front leg back. Take both knees wide. Touch your big toes, hips back in your heels, elbows towards the floor, forehead towards the floor. Lift your head, lift your elbows, walking your hands back towards your knees, again into a kneeling position. Okay, we'll start to open up through our shoulders now and work that way from a lunge position. So bring your hips up over your knees, okay, and see if you can make that movement without throwing your chest first. Your chest, throwing your chest forward first, okay? So your chest is coming up over your knees and you're keeping your body perpendicular to the floor. Okay. Good. Next time you come up, take your right foot forward and do a lunge towards that. And start to take that foot around your mat and gentle lunges, opening your body for today. And if you can, keep that foot out to the side and sink onto your back heel. And you can come up from here and down from here. Up, okay, and down, and then last one up, okay? And then bring that right foot forward again. Inhale up with both arms. Exhale, clasp your hands, push your palms towards the sky. Lunge again and lean to one side. Inhale back up out of your lunge slightly. Exhale, lunge and to the other side. Inhale up. This time exhale, take both arms wide and sink forward. Inhale, both arms up a little bit back. And exhale, come forward, frame your foot and bring your weight further back. Circle your foot around. See how that feels for you. Change the directions. The direction. Come forward again, inhale up with both arms. And shake off, get nice and loose through your wrists, through your forearms, through your elbows, your upper arms, your shoulders. Okay, and then slide this leg back and let your hips come down. Okay, let's try all of that on the other side. So we raise our hips over our knees, our left foot comes forward, and we start to do a gentle lunge to this side. Taking it for a walk if we want to, forward, taking it out to the side if we want to. Okay. Good. And when it's out to the side, can you drop your hip on your back heel? Okay. And come up and down from here. Okay, so you're controlling that movement. Up and down. Good. And when you want to, bring that foot forward again. Inhale up with both arms. Okay. And as you exhale, come forward this time. We'll just do it a little bit in a different order. Okay. Bring your toes up and start to circle around. Change the direction of the circles. Okay. And then inhale all the way up again. Exhale, widen, sink your hips. Okay. Inhale up, clasp your hands over your head, push your palms towards the sky. As you exhale, lean towards one side. Inhale back up to the center, exhale to the other side. Inhale back up to the center, shake off. Get nice and loose, roll through your shoulders. Good. And then take both hands down inside one foot. Slide that leg back into a kneeling position. Okay, resting into a kneeling position that feels comfortable for you. Bring your hands forward, tuck your toes, walk your hands back towards your knees, bring yourself to a squat position and see if you can rock in and out of your squat. Remember, like we did a few days ago, if you're somebody whose heels stay up, maybe pop something underneath them so you can sit into a squat a bit more comfortably. Okay, hanging in with this. And if you're really comfortable, maybe put a cushion here just in case. You can bring your knees down and your knees up from here. Okay. So you're controlling the movement down and controlling the movement back up. Use your hands if that's what's giving you more support and the right support for the moment, okay? And then let your knees come down, raise your hips, point your toes back, let your hips come to rest on your heels. Okay, so just done a lot of like just getting your body ready for whatever your today is going to hold, or getting your body ready to release whatever today held to go to your bed. And then come to a comfortable cross-leg position that makes sense for you. Clasp your hands towards your heart. Inhale, sit a little bit taller. Exhale to send your fingers out, push your palms out, tuck your chin in. Inhale all the way up over your head. Reaching back, exhale, release your hands behind your back, clasp them, draw your fingers towards the floor, and then lift them away from your lower back. And let them come down. Shake off, get nice and loose, roll your shoulders. Clasp your hands towards your heart once again. Inhale, sit a little bit taller. Exhale, take your fingers forward, push your palms out, tuck your chin in. Inhale all the way up over your head. Exhale, release your hands, clasp them behind your back. Draw your fingers towards the floor, lift them away from your lower back. And let them come down, okay? Give everything a good shake off. Roll through your shoulders. Okay. And then find the position that you can stay in comfortably. This can be lying on your back in Shavasana. It can be resting into a seated position. And bring your focus to your breath. Letting your shoulders soften, your face soften. And bring your awareness to the flow of your breath. Trying to make that flow just a little bit smoother and a little bit slower. And if your mind is very busy and noisy, come back to your breath. Really try and follow the breath. And as you inhale, maybe say the word or the letter O. And as you exhale, the sound M. So as you inhale, internally, you're making the sound O and expanding. And as you exhale, the sound M, and gathering back to the center on the exhale. And try and come back to that even when your mind wanders. The sound O internally, or the letter O internally, on the inhale, and the on the exhale. And very gently bring some movement to your fingers, maybe your toes. If you want to stay still longer and be in this space longer, then feel free. Otherwise, maybe stretch out in any direction that feels good. Roll through your shoulders if that feels good. Okay. We'll finish with 3 ohms today. You're welcome to do this at home on your own as well, or just to listen. Om. Om Shanti. See you tomorrow, everybody.